Welcome, I'm Nikita Singh and you're watching Tech It Out. This week we take a look at a virtual pop group that's taking over the music industry. We also watch drones revolutionizing the delivery of time-sensitive medical supplies, and we explore how to buy second-hand phones without getting scammed. As brand new phones burn a bigger hole in your pocket, a booming second-hand market is offering smart buyers a way to save big without compromising on quality. Stay with us as we break down how to shop savvy in the world of refurbished phones.
New smartphones aren't cheap, and prices could reach even higher as global trade tensions fueled by US President Donald Trump's tariff threats throw Asian exports into turmoil. So if you are planning to buy a new phone, exploring the thriving market for pre-owned cell phones could be a smart move. According to CCS Insight, a UK-based tech research firm, the market for second-hand phones is growing faster than the market for new devices. With new smartphone releases happening every other fortnight, many people upgrade their devices, leading to a steady stream of perfectly usable older devices entering the second-hand market through sales and trade-ins. For those looking to save, choosing a refurbished second-hand phone can lead to substantial cost reductions, potentially saving up to 50% when compared to the price of a new device. Moreover, nowadays most second-hand phones come with warranties, flexible payment options and after-sales support, adding an extra layer of security and convenience. However, purchasing a pre-owned device requires more careful consideration than buying a new one. Here are some tips that can help you find a quality phone. iPhones make up about 50% of the global market for second-hand phones. Samsung Android devices hold the second largest share at approximately 17%. The rest is made up of lesser-known Chinese brands like Xiaomi. The internet offers a multitude of options for purchasing pre-owned smartphones, but it's also home to numerous scams. Therefore, it's crucial to exercise caution, just as you would with any online transaction. Remember to read reviews carefully, prioritize sellers with a strong reputation and guarantees, and steer clear of deals that seem too good to be true. Nowadays, even phone companies sell pre-owned smartphones. For instance, Apple and Samsung sell second-hand devices on their websites. The advantage is that they've been refurbished by their in-house technicians, so you'll know they'll be reliable. The downside is that discounts aren't as significant and selection can be limited. Typically when a phone is refurbished, its data is erased. The phone undergoes a thorough testing and inspection, and any faulty parts are replaced. In contrast, a used phone can be any second-hand device, such as those sold by individuals on platforms like Facebook Marketplace. While potentially cheaper, buying a used phone carries more risk as they are often sold in their current condition without any repairs or warranties. Just because a phone is refurbished doesn't mean that critical components, such as the battery, have been automatically replaced. It depends on the vendor's seller's policies. Apple and Samsung say their second-hand phones come with new batteries and, in Apple's case, a new shell. Both companies also include a cable, a 1-year warranty and a new box. Meanwhile, other platforms might merely guarantee that a battery has a certain level of its original capacity, usually 80%. The world of pre-owned phone ratings can be a bit like the Wild West. Each online marketplace or seller often operates by its own rules, with its own unique grading system. Keep in mind, there is no universal system of grading. Grading scales for second-hand phones vary across platforms. For instance, one might use good to like new, while other ranges from fair to premium. Consider buying a phone that's roughly 3 generations old. Avoid anything older than 5 or 6 generations, as sometimes software updates for their operating systems might not be supported anymore. So the next time that a new phone smell starts to tempt your wallet, remember, there's a whole world of perfectly capable devices waiting for a second life. And who knows, that smart choice might just leave you with extra cash for something even smarter.
With chart-topping hits and sold-out concerts, this all-virtual group is blurring the lines between human artists and digital avatars. Is this the future of music or just a digital fantasy? Let's find out.
They sing, they dance, and they command the stage like any top K-pop group. Meet Yehun, Noah, Yoonho, Bambi, and Hamin. With their catchy tunes, polished choreography, and sold-out shows, boy band Plave might look like any other rising K-pop group.
Hello, this is Plave!
However, unlike their peers, the members of Plave exist as two-dimensional avatars, each performance brought to life by real people pulling the strings. Plave is the first virtual group to enter into the prestigious Billboard 200 global chart. And that's not all. The virtual boy band's songs and content have collectively garnered over 470 million views on YouTube.
There are certain things that only we can do since we are virtual idols. For example, we can make cool visual effects. And I think the big advantage is that we can make lots of different performances on stage freely, such as flying in the air.
The group's label, Vlast, claims that, unlike other virtual music groups, there are individual humans behind each Plave character. In other words, Plave's virtual performances are powered by human artists who use motion capture technology to bring their 2D avatars to life. To maintain their unique identity, Vlast strictly prohibits any efforts to reveal the identities of the artists behind the avatars. Moreover, Plave's live performances feature an innovative motion capture system that bridges the gap between their studio and the concert venue in real time.
The concert was so real. There's nothing different from a regular concert. They performed at the special stage in front too, and we could communicate with them in real time. It felt like a dream.
너무 그냥 꿈만 같았어요.
Virtual acts aren't new to the music scene. British virtual band Gorillaz, South Korea's Adam, a cyber singer from 1998, and Japan's Vocaloid voice synthesizing software have paved the way for virtual performers like Plave. Plave's success, however, lies in their unique ability to connect and engage with their fans.
2년 동안 좀 이렇게 꽉꽉 채워서 팬분들과 우리 플리 여러분들과 소통했다는.
We've communicated with our fans constantly for the last 2 years, and that strengthened the bonds with our fans. We want to continue to make better music and dance to return our love to all of our fans on Earth.
테라 전 세계에 계신 우리 플리 여러분들께 사랑을 보답하고 싶습니다.
Meanwhile, it's not just South Korea. These virtual idols have their sights set on the global music scene, expressing a strong desire to collaborate with international superstars like Bruno Mars and Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, if you see this, this broadcast, if you see this, I sang one of your songs called Red Eye on our broadcast, so please check it out and contact. Please call us, Plave. We're waiting for you.
And it's not just collaborations. Plave also hopes to one day perform on the biggest music stage in the world.
그래미 어워즈에서 공연하고 싶습니다.
I want to perform at the Grammy Awards. I think we can do it.
이룰 수 있다고 생각해요. 오케이. 발로 기울이면 안 되자. 오케이. 자.
As temperatures soar past 43 degrees, a new climate health study is tracking how extreme heat is silently affecting India's most vulnerable. From smartwatches monitoring sleep and heart rate to cool roofs bringing down unbearable indoor temperatures. Can these innovations help communities beat the heat? Our next story tells you more.
In the scorching heat of Ahmedabad, India, a unique project is taking shape. Health workers are fitting smartwatches on residents like Sapna Ben Chunara.
हार्ट रेट के बारे में मतलब आपके धबकारे कितने हैं बढ़ते हैं ज़्यादा हो रहे कम हो रहे उसके बारे में दिखा रहा है.
These devices track heart rate, sleep quality and physical activity to understand how extreme heat impacts vulnerable communities.
Right now we are giving smartwatches to the 50% of the participants just to assess their heart rate, sleep quality and the physical activity and how it is being affected over a period of time.
Vanzara Vas, a low-income tenement settlement on the outskirts of Ahmedabad, is home to tin-roofed houses that trap heat, making indoor temperatures unbearable. With temperatures regularly exceeding 40 degrees Celsius, the mercury has already crossed 43 degrees in early April this year. Residents face severe health and economic challenges.
We have selected this area because this particular area is a slum area where most of the households are vulnerable for the heat exposure because of their housing condition as well as because of their socio-economic condition.
We get sick with heat and lose 10 to 15 work days. When we rest at home and remain indoors, we lose our work. We can't move ahead in life if there is heat stress.
The study that's part of a global research project involves 204 residents wearing smartwatches to monitor health parameters along with weekly blood pressure checks. Researchers are also testing cool roofs. Roofs on some houses are painted with reflective white paint to reduce indoor heat. Workers can be seen painting roofs in Vanzara Vas while temperature monitors are installed inside homes to measure the impact. For residents like Shanta Ben Vanzara, the heat worsens health issues like diabetes and joint pain.
I get acidity because of the heat. My knees hurt. I have difficulty walking. More medicines are making me sick.
The cool roofs have definitely provided some respite.
Our roof was painted a month ago. Now it has become a bit peaceful. We can relax for a few hours in the night.
With heat waves becoming the norm rather than the exception across India, this study aims to provide solutions like cool roofs to protect vulnerable populations.
Heat is one of the important public health concern because nowadays heat wave is increasing day by day. That is not only particular to the Ahmedabad but it is in general. So that's why it is important that we should prioritize the climate change and the heat and we should work upon it.
It's a small start. Researchers hope to expand cool roof programs globally and to communities that can't afford expensive energy-consuming cooling technology. People who contribute to global warming the least but have to bear the worst of it.
A German hospital is ditching traffic jams for takeoffs using autonomous drones to deliver blood samples. Could this high-flying tech become the future of medicine delivery? Our next story tells you more.
From once being a novelty, drones have become an increasingly common sight overhead. And now a German hospital is about to take advantage of the little flying machines. The hospital is leveraging these agile flying machines to revolutionize the delivery of time-sensitive medical supplies like blood samples while effectively navigating traffic congestion.
Traditionally, these blood samples are transported by car, of course. On the road, we have a great deal of uncertainty when it comes to transport times. Depending on the time of day, it can take up to an hour or even longer if things go badly. Air transport takes exactly 12 minutes and is always safe, regardless of whether there is a lot of traffic, whether there are a lot of lorries on the road or just a few. It takes 12 minutes for the blood samples to arrive.
Developed by a Berlin startup called LabFly, the autonomous drone is capable of flying on its own and is remotely monitored. The drone can transport up to 7 liters of payload and can travel a distance of up to 25 kilometers. The unmanned aircraft has been granted the authorization to operate over populated zones and an operating license for the transport of dangerous goods.
Essentially, the drone flies completely automatically. This means that we have a route that is programmed, and the drone follows this pre-programmed route. Now, of course, it can always happen that something comes up, that the landing site is not free, or that other aircraft come into the area where the drone normally flies. That's why we have a remote pilot who can, in principle, control the drone from anywhere in the world.
Apart from having a remote pilot, provision has also been made in case of any technical difficulties. For instance, if some of the motors stop working, the other motors have been designed to step in and provide enough power to keep the drone in the air. The company has also added a parachute for emergencies, just in case.
In the event of technical difficulties with the drone, various safety mechanisms have been developed. For example, the drive system has multiple redundancies. This means that the failure of one or more motors can be compensated for. This does not necessarily mean that the drone will continue to fly as well as before, but it does mean that a safe landing site can always be reached.
Currently in its trial phase, the drone service is expected to launch sometime in May. Once fully operational, the hospital is planning to operate around 7 flights a day.
In a bold swipe at ChatGPT and other rivals, Meta has launched its own standalone AI application, promising open source freedom and human-like voice interactions. But can it really rewrite the rules of the AI game? Our next story tells you more.
In a direct challenge to ChatGPT, Meta Platforms has launched a standalone AI application, providing users with a direct gateway to its generative artificial intelligence.
Today, we're announcing that you can now start using Llama with one line of code because we're releasing an API.
Marking its entry into the competitive API market, Meta launched the Llama API at its inaugural AI Developer Conference, which was held in California, United States. With the launch of its Llama API, Meta aims to compete with API offerings from major players such as Microsoft-backed OpenAI, Alphabet's Google, and rising affordable alternatives like China's DeepSeek.
The Llama API is really good at fine-tuning for your product use cases. And the best part, you have full agency over these custom models. You control them in a way that's not possible with other offerings. Whatever model you customize is yours to take wherever you want, not locked on our servers. This opens up a lot of possibilities for people that need to build and deploy custom models.
Meanwhile, using the same Llama 4 AI system, Meta also announced the launch of its first AI app. The app offers a voice interaction mode. In other words, users will be able to engage in human-style conversations with the AI model.
We added an experimental mode, which is full duplex voiced. This means it's trained on native dialogue between people in speech. So rather than the AI assistant reading a text response, you're actually getting native audio output. And full duplex means that the channels are open both ways so that you can hear interruptions and laughter and an actual dialogue just like a phone call. So it's pushing the limits what we think of what's possible with a natural voice experience.
Users will also have the option to link Meta's other social media platforms, such as Facebook and Instagram, to the AI model. This will allow the model to automatically customize the user experience based on social media insights. Unlike its rivals, Meta has made its AI free and open source. According to a Reuters report, the company is planning to test a paid subscription model for its AI chatbot this year in the second quarter.
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. We will continue to bring you exciting new inventions and updates on the latest gadgets. Until then, keep watching WION World is One, and yes, don't forget to follow us on social media. For now, it's me, Nikita Singh, taking your leave. See you next week.